Talk about a boxing video game that starred the baddest man on the planet as the ultimate final boss and saw Little Mac battle through the ranks in an attempt to become the heavyweight champion of the world. What am I talking about? Do you remember Mike Tyson's Punch-Out? Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is one of the greatest video games of all time. In 1989, Ace Magazine named it the second highest rated Nintendo game ever, behind only Super Mario Brothers. The gameplay follows boxer Little Mac as he gets yelled at to stick and move by his trainer Doc. If he beats fighters like Don Flamenco and Piston Honda, he could then face Mike Tyson. And if he played it right, Mario Ref would count to 10 and Little Mac would get the big win. And for the development team at Nintendo, that was a big win. So how did we get here? We have to go back to 1984 when arcades, remember those, were all the rage. That's where Punch-Out made its debut, and the arcade version of the game was a massive hit. It was a fateful night in video game history when Nintendo founder Minoru Arakawa happened to go to a boxing match to see a young Mike Tyson in action. He was blown away by Kid Dynamite and offered up an unheard of at the time $50,000 to include him in the NES version. Tyson accepted the deal, went on to win the world title, and by 1988, over 2 million copies of the game were sold. Only The Legend of Zelda sold as many, but trouble was ahead. One of the biggest upsets in the history of sports took place in 1989 in Japan when Mike Tyson lost to a then unknown boxer, James Buster Douglas. Tyson's contract wouldn't get renewed. He would be replaced in future incarnations of Punch-Out by Mr. Dream, and Buster Douglas Boxing was released on the Sega Genesis. Here we are over 30 years later, still talking about this game, and Mike Tyson is still boxing in main event. And if you want to fight Mike Tyson, you don't need to do it on Netflix. Low on your Nintendo cartridge, throw it in, and lock in code 0073735963. Wait for Tyson to blink. You're welcome. Do you remember Mike Tyson's Punch-Out? Did you ever beat him? Let me know.